this racist car with not one but two Confederate flags on it. That's the side that lost. It represents lynching and death of black people. That they hung our people from trees until our eyes bugged out.
A community festival turned into a heated exchange. Saturday saw the 32nd annual Highland Creek Heritage Festival take place. Now, in part, it celebrates the Scottish heritage of this Scarborough neighborhood near Kingston Road in Meadowville. As part of the festivities, there was a classic car display, and right where I'm standing, pulled in one vehicle which allegedly wasn't invited. It is a replica of the General Lee from Dukes of Hazzard, and on the roof was the Confederate flag, as well as there was the Confederate flag license plate, and that prompted one area resident who says she was disgusted to pull out her phone, videotape the whole scene, and then post it on Facebook.
People who look exactly like me and my son died, were murdered because of that flag. It has no place here, and it's the very first car people see when they walk in.
It's apparent on the video that you are quite upset and fired up.
Oh, yeah. Yes, I was very, very angry. I mean, it's such a visceral response. You're walking into a place and you immediately see such a horrific symbol. My heart was racing, my stomach dropped. It was immediate.
The symbol, which bears the Southern Cross, was the battle flag for General Robert Lee during the Civil War. The flag's historical ties to racism, slavery, and segregation run deep.
I never get tired of hearing him say that.
The car, dubbed the General Lee bearing the flag of the South, was also made famous on Dukes of Hazzard.
It has no place here in Canada. It has no place anywhere.
Ibia Anderson had just arrived to Saturday's festival with her 3-year-old son when she first saw the vehicle.
So I found anyone I could find with a t-shirt that said volunteer or staff of the festival. They kept passing me off. No one wanted to deal with me until I wound up with someone who took me back to the car. And that's where you can see that the man in the black shirt started arguing with me and defending the flag.
General Lee himself was actually the first person of the South to actually have a black educated school.
General Lee, oh my God, in Canada people are defending Confederate losers. Who? General Robert E. Lee? Everyone knows, anyone who went to high school, you fucking numbnuts. This is racist. Wow. They lost. Yep. This does not belong here in a festival full of people of all colors.
It's important to note the man in the black shirt is not festival staff.
If there were a swastika here, I would have known right away that can't be here. Now I know Confederate flag has the same status.
Festival Chair Paul McGuire says he has no idea who invited the individual who brought the vehicle to the car display, but admits this was one massive oversight.
We're very sorry that someone's hurt. It's a family event, and there are hundreds, thousands of people who come and had a lot of fun, and nobody should be subjected to those triggering moments that just bring back moments of the worst of human history.
Well, the Confederate flag and what it was represented historically and represents in the minds of a lot of people today, it has no place in Toronto. You know, the kind of...
Mayor John Tory was at Saturday's festival, tweeting out photos of him standing just feet away from the vehicle. But today, the mayor says he never saw it.
And I just noted the fact there were old cars there, and the gentleman that I mentioned it to said, oh yes, we brought those cars in for the first time this year as an additional feature, but I didn't notice the car in question.
For Ibia Anderson, she says the lesson here is for festivals to be aware and learn what is and isn't acceptable.
I hope we gain the knowledge that an angry black woman isn't always wrong, that symbols like that have no place. I'm not really here to help anyone else learn any lessons. That is their responsibility. If I can know the symbolism behind the Confederate flag, so can they.
So how did the Confederate flag end up here at the festival on Saturday? Well, the committee says they're not sure who or if anyone invited the owner of the car, though they are vowing to ensure it never, ever happens again. Now, the story came to us from a City News viewer. If you've got a story for us, here's just a few ways you can reach us.